Welcome back to the broadcast, Reaper. Hurricane Ida is rolling up the west coast of Florida, and I'm expecting power outages. I'm going to show you how I prepared for them so I don't kill my fish, don't crash my tank and kill my corals. Also going to do an update on the 18 feet of Reefer Madness here. I got a lot going on. This tank's getting ready to get broke down. These fish are going in to my 210 Fowler tank. My powder blue tang is out of quarantine. We're going to take a look at him. We're going to get an update on the 75 bar tank. And if you'll notice down here, I got a big ass sump, but along with it comes a big ass problem. I'm going to show you what that is and how I'm going to solve that too. So stay tuned. Let's go see how I prepared for the storm first.
Broadcast Reaper. Broadcast Reaper.
We're going to take a look at the water. It's 7 p.m. It is low tide. This is pretty normal for a low tide. We have a wind coming out of the east pushing the water out. At high tide earlier today, it was up to the bottom of the dock, which is unusually high and only a few feet from my back door. So I do worry about flooding. If it floods, if water comes in this door, and we have a high tide at 2 o'clock this morning, which is about the time the storm is coming through. And if the water comes over the seawall and up towards this door, then it's every fish and man for himself. I'm out. But mainly what I'm planning for is power outage. Behind, this is my escape mechanism. I am in a mandatory evacuation zone, but somebody's got to stay, watch after the house and the fish. You'll see there, I have a place to plug in my generator to power the house if it goes out for too long through into tomorrow during the day. But for temporary outages, just a few hours. And I tell you, a lot of people get the battery operated, the battery powered backups for their pumps and such, which is nice if you're losing your power for an hour or so, hour or two. But if you're going to lose it for 4 or 5 hours for about the same price as those battery operated gimmicks, you can get yourself a little generator, stick out on your porch. I've got my generator here, propane ready, fuel ready, and power cords ready to run in and plug into my fish tanks. I have my fish tanks, everything coming off of 2 circuit breakers, plugged in the back here behind the 75 in the saltwater mixing station. You'll see up there. So all I have to do is run a cord into there, plug those 2 in, and I suppose this guy here too. And my tanks are up and fully running. Also, one of my main concerns with losing power is overheating my tanks. I have a fan right here ready to plug in and blow over the sump. Check out my video on the DIY algae scrubber and water chiller, which I have right here. We have another fan blowing over my algae scrubber, and the screen acts as like a radiator. It helps keep the tank cool. That runs on a continuous basis. Dream build update. I have a new sump, which will be for the 210, which will eventually go here when I can afford it. And it will also run this 90 next to it. But with this big tank, huge sump, we got a big problem. "24 inches across. 24 inches is way out here, which means this is in the way. So what I've done, I've got 2 carriage bolts. I have 2 carriage bolts here. They are going to go in here, here, and here to attach this to this 2x6, which is sitting on the wall in there, being secured. But what I'll do is I'll cut this off right here, 2 carriage bolts to hold the 90, and I'll take this, move it all the way against that wall, and place it up underneath here, the 2x6, just to make sure it's got plenty of support. The sump from the 90 will come over here. This sump will slide down beneath the Fowler tank, and it will sit right next to it. And both of these 2 sumps will run the 2-ton Fowler tank. Speaking of the 2-ton Fowler tank, let's check out blue. Let's find my powder blue. My 2-ton Fowler tank, looking great. Let's see if I can find blue. He likes to hide out in the back. There he is. His colors have really come in nicely. I can get this to lock in here, the exposure. Let's see if I can tease him over. He's camera shy. These other guys aren't camera shy. Maybe if I get some food in here. Let's try that. Let's see. There he is. Looking great. Absolutely no signs of ick, velvet, anything else like that. He's doing awesome. Let's go check out the 75 mixed reef tank. And I have given up on a lot of corals. You can see I had to bring all my stuff inside for the storm. But let's see. This guy died. If you've been watching the channel, you'll see I had the problem with the SPS, and they're just not doing well in this tank. So I have decided I'm not going to push it. You know what does well in this tank? My euphyllias, my hammers, my golden torches. They're doing great. My clam is doing great. Euphilia, my recordias, my Florida recordias are doing fantastic. And mushrooms are doing great. Bromo Spoda, he's supposed to be orange. There's Jeff Bezos, the richest shrimp in the Procast reefer tank. He's cool, he's got a lot of personality. And these mushrooms are doing well. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick with what works and enjoy my tank, work with it, and not fight it. And so stay tuned. We got a lot more coming up with the 18 feet here. We'll be moving our fish over, like I said, soon, and completing my dream Fowler, my broke ass bucket list Fowler tank. Check it out, like and subscribe.